Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby, surrounded by a wealth of tradition and history, is touted as one of the greatest sporting events in the world. But for many people, it's more than just a sporting event. The Kentucky Derby has become a celebration of Southern culture and an event cemented in Kentucky history. People from all over the world gather at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky on the first Saturday in May, dressed to the nines, donning a beautiful hat, all while sipping a mint julep and singing My Old Kentucky Home. Today, the Kentucky Derby is the longest-running sporting event in the nation and has remained uninterrupted since its debut in 1875. Rain or shine, the Derby continues. It has even persisted in times of hardship, such as the Great Depression, World War I, and World War II. It all began in 1872, while Meriwether Lewis Clark, the grandson of the famous explorer William Clark, was traveling in Europe. Clark attended the Epsom Derby in England, where he was inspired to open his own racetrack in Louisville. Clark wanted a way for people to showcase the Kentucky breeding industry, and so, after his return from Europe, he began the design and development of his racetrack. Thanks to the generosity of his uncles John and Henry Churchill, who leased him 80 acres of their own land, Clark was able to build the track about 3 miles south of downtown Louisville. With the help of his uncles, Clark became the president of what is known as the Louisville Jockey Club, a club formed by a number of wealthy horse race fans who assisted Clark in raising the needed support for the track. The track would later become known as Churchill Downs, in honor of Clark's uncles. On May 17, 1875, the track was finally open to the public and included a grandstand, clubhouse, and stables. However, the grandstand we know today, which features the twin spires, wasn't introduced until 1895. The day's events included 4 different races, 3 of which were created specifically for the track's official grand opening. These included the Kentucky Derby, the Kentucky Oaks, and the Clark Handicap, each of which were modeled after races in England. Approximately 10,000 spectators showed up to witness the first annual running of the Kentucky Derby, as 15 3-year-old thoroughbred horses ran a 1.5-mile race. The Kentucky Derby has been through many changes over the years, everything from the size of the crowds to the shortening of the race. However, through each development, it has embraced the test of time by continually honoring the spirit of the famous race set forth all those years ago. Yet one thing remains true: the history and tradition behind this great race continues to grow stronger with each passing year.